Alright, and with that, a warm welcome to all you little penny pinchers. Today, it's all about saving as much money as possible, but still getting full performance. Today, we're doing the ultimate experiment. And if you can remember back and have been with us for a long time, you'll know that I did a similar experiment really many years ago. And now I want to update it for the year 2025. Today, we're going to take another look at just how much I can dilute the Brilliant Shine Detailer from SONAX with water. Dilute it so much that it still performs really well. How is it to work with? How long does it last? How does it behave when repelling water? And at what point does adding more water become a real problem? And in the end, the question is, how much money can you save while maintaining the same performance, or do you eventually have to deal with compromises? We'll find that out in this video. The candidates are lined up back there. I really went overboard. We have 6 different variants. Neat, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 1 to 7, and 1 to 10. Here they are again in a close-up. You can really see how the color changes more and more, and how little brilliant shine detail is left in the end. And now I'll apply it all for you in a time lapse, and then we'll jump straight to the beading behavior. Let's get started, have fun. So everything has been quickly applied here in time lapse, because you already know how it works. Just put a little bit on the cloth. I didn't spray anything onto the surface this time, so we don't get any on the other sections or adjacent areas. And now here, each variant is applied pure. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 1 to 7, and 1 to 10, and that actually worked really well for all of them. So I really had absolutely no problems at all with any of the applications using the glasses cloth. And you could also tell, of course, that the water content kept increasing. The product became noticeably more watery, starting at a 1 to 4 ratio, which is also kind of my go-to detailer mix. Up to a 1 to 2 ratio, which is where I am right now, it actually applied exactly the same, it just got more watery towards the end. But in terms of application, it didn't make much of a difference. So that worked really well. Then of course I let the whole thing cure nicely and calmly, and I gave it a few hours, and it actually worked really well here too. But I wanted to spare you from watching the whole thing here, because that's something you're definitely familiar with, and we've also known Brilliant Shine for many years. That's why I think a time lapse is enough for you. But it worked well for all of them, even on the bottom. I've now applied it past the small edge as well. That means it now goes down to the tip at the front. Let's take a look at that. So now enough time has passed. All the mixtures and the original. We were only able to let it air out now. Now the sun has come out too. It's about to get a bit warmer and more pleasant again. And now let's take a look at how the individual surfaces are doing here. I'm really curious myself. Let's get started. And now we'll just spray onto the surface here. I'll do a really wide spray and let's see if we get the magic here. And I think, yes, it's working. There we have our individual surfaces. Over here, we can mist a little more as well. And look at what's happening here. That's really impressive. But here on this side, in terms of how it repels, we're getting better, aren't we? Let's start here at 1 to 10. So at 1 to 10, we can already see this isn't the Brilliant Shine Detailer or the beading behavior we know from this product. You can see it from the runoff patterns, although it's definitely much better than, look here. Here in the area where we didn't apply anything. So 1 to 10, I have to make sure I don't get mixed up now. 1 to 10, definitely an improvement, but still not the full performance. But look, even here, no water film is forming. That's pretty impressive. And 1 to 10, just think about how little Brilliant Shine is actually in here overall. But we can see it's not the full performance. Let's move over to 1 to 7. Oh, look at that. This already looks different. Oh yeah, here you can really see the difference. Clearly, just look at how long this takes, how sluggish everything is. And with 1 to 7, if I didn't tell you, look, that this is 1 to 7, you would have said this is just regular Brilliant Shine, just like we know it. So here, the difference is really huge, and we actually don't even have that much more Brilliant Shine in here. That actually means it shouldn't really look any different at the next level. Just quickly rinse off the dust. Absolutely fantastic. So even here, you really can't see any difference at all. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So between this version and here, I don't know if you can really see a big difference. Both drainage paths are completely clear. Let's go over here. Now it shouldn't get any worse. That would be a huge disaster. No, so even here, absolutely fantastic. Here at 1 to 1, Super good. And we can also take another look at pure right away. That's how we know it. So between these gradations here, I don't see any difference. And even here at 1 to 7, I'll spray over everything again. But here you can see it again. Now we've got an overview, and we'll also go over it with a larger amount of water in a moment. Maybe something will change, maybe this area here will loosen up a bit more. But the drainage path is clear. Across almost the entire area, except for 1 to 10, that's where it gets too extreme. Pretty extreme, right? I'm actually a bit surprised myself right now. My detailer mix or my drying aid mix is around 1 to 4 in that direction, but the fact that even 1 to 7 still works so incredibly well is just absolutely amazing, insane. Brilliant Shine, a true classic. And even down here, look, it's an absolute dream. So now we'll increase the amount of water a bit more and then take another look at it. Oh, it's as if you had the same concentration everywhere on the surface. Except again at 1 to 10, where we just saw the worst water film. At that point, it's really not enough anymore. It drops off massively. So it's not like there's some kind of gradual decline where you could say, okay, from the middle here, it gets a bit worse and then slowly drops off. So at the start, it's actually completely the same here, except for the 1 to 10. Here's another overview. And here too, the drops all run down nicely at the same time. So the Brilliant Shine Detailer is simply a monster. You just have to say it. Write in the comments, have you tried it out yourself? Have you ever mixed the Brilliant Shine Detailer with water just to see at what point it still works really well and when it starts to fail? I'd definitely be super interested to know when its performance was no longer satisfactory for you. Feel free to write it down below. It's honestly a really fascinating topic because I might want to try this with other spray sealants too. If you already have any requests for that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I think the first people will already be saying, hey, can you test that with the spray sealant? Can you try that with the spray wax? I think that's definitely doable. For now, we have the Brilliant Shine in 2025. How far can you stretch this classic with water, so to speak? Can you save a bit of money with it? Is it actually worth it in the end? I can't really tell you that at this point. On day 1, everything is still fine. Even the 1 to 7 ratio still works really, really well then. But what does it look like after a few days? Will the 1 to 7 ratio already start to weaken because the 1 to 10? I think we can already rule that one out now. But it's really fascinating to see how little product you actually need to use. And in terms of price, you could clearly see what a real difference that makes. It's really interesting to see how this will develop further. If you enjoyed it, I definitely appreciate a thumbs up. Yours, Gerhard. Share your favorite mix in the comments below. Venus in pure brilliant shine. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, whatever you prefer. Looking forward to your feedback. See you next time. We'll meet at the update and I'll keep an eye on things. We're diligently driving around here. The next rain showers are already on their way, and I'm curious to see what it'll look like when we meet again next time. Maybe in just 3 or 4 days. Maybe after a week. See you next time. Yours, Sebastian. Ciao, everyone.